Hi all, I'm Dr. Trisha Peach, host of Peach Buzz, and I'm really excited to be coming to you, well, it's live at this point, here at CPC 25. I've been having a blast. It has been so much fun seeing so many friends. If you're wondering, is she really wearing a heated coat in Florida? Yes. I have needed it in the mornings, sometimes late in the evenings, because it's been about 37 when we wake up. And yes, I have worn my heated coat. Right now it's not bad. It's like 55. So it's pretty nice. I want to get a little sunshine, palm tree time. So I wanted to tell you a couple of my traveling tips. I have been traveling a lot for a long time, and there's some things that I always do that have helped me. And I wanted to share some of those with you. Number one, when I am flying, which I will be later today, me flying to Wisconsin, I wear slip-on shoes. And these are Danskos, which I absolutely love because I can walk on them a lot. You need to wear shoes that you can run. Right now, there's all these snowstorms going on all around the country. And how did that happen? There's a snow party hitting the whole country and Wisconsin wasn't invited? We invented snow. We should be a part of this, but no. We're not getting snow at home, but a lot of these people here have been stranded or had a lot of layovers getting back because of all the snowstorms. But I wear shoes that if I have a delay or a tight connection, I can really run. So I can move, and they're slip-ons because when I go through security, I need to be able to slip those shoes off fast and slip them right back on. So I don't usually wear tennis shoes that I have to lace up because I've got people behind me. I've been in a few where there's long lines. If I'm going through O'Hare or Orlando Airport or Washington, D.C., I got to be moving. I have to be fast. And so I definitely will wear slip-on shoes. Two, you cannot bring liquids through, but you can bring an empty mug. So that's what I do. I bring an empty mug with a lid, and I put it in my carry-on bag or my purse, and then as soon as I'm through security, I fill it up and then put like a Kool-Aid drop in or whatever. So just because you can't bring a drink through security, you can bring a mug. And why would I do that? Because I'll bring the lemonade drop-ins or the iced tea drop-ins, but I don't want to pay $4.50 for every drink I get through there. And there's plenty of bottle fillers at every airport I'm at. Bring a mug. Okay, so I made it home. I made that look fast and easy. It actually wasn't a bad flight at all on the way there or the way back. I do like flying. I hate being stuck in the car for 14 or 20 hours or however long that would be. My flights were very smooth and very easy. I know a lot of other people's were not. This year they were pretty bad. So a few more things that you need to think about when flying. These are what I would consider my best tips, and I fly a lot. You should bring hand sanitizer. I think some of the most sick I've been in my life I've caught at an airport or on an airplane. Bring some hand sanitizer. It's hard to always go in and wash your hands. I do it anyway, but I'm using the hand sanitizer too. Bring a little bottle of it. Remember, nothing more than 3 ounces or they're going to throw it right in the trash. So I bring a little 3-ouncer with me. Gum. You probably want to bring gum if your ears pop a lot when you travel. Mine don't. But some people I know it's just excruciating when they travel. The ear popping pain is really bad. Carry some gum on you. That also helps if you got to go a while in between meals because you're running through airports. This one might sound weird. An old-fashioned paper book, crossword puzzle book magazine. Why? Well, they're incredibly expensive in the airport, and I used to always count on the magazine that came in the seat back pocket of the plane, and I do the crossword puzzles in there. Not anymore. The last several times I flew, there was no magazine, no crossword puzzles, nothing but the emergency instructions. So now they're even cutting that out, and I like to have something to do while I fly. Like, this was not a really long flight. It was 2.5 hours. But I had brought my own crossword puzzles, and another mistake novice flyers make is they say, well, I've got all these games on my phone. Yeah, but when you have no internet, if you have no internet, no signal, or you didn't want to pay extra for the Wi-Fi on the aircraft, your online games are not going to work. So a good old-fashioned crossword puzzle book, or a good old-fashioned book, because I have a Kindle too, but Kindles have trouble when there's no Wi-Fi. So I bring good old-fashioned crossword puzzle book, or a word find something, Sudoku, so you can keep yourself busy, a power bank, and a charger. Now you say, well, Trish, I get why you're saying a charger, but why a power bank? That doesn't make sense. Hang on. I have been to a lot of airports, even in the last year, and there have been several where it's an old-fashioned, where the gate is old-fashioned and it hasn't been updated, and I can't find any outlets. Or one I was at a year ago, there were outlets and none of them worked. They said they were all on the same circuit and not one of the outlets worked. It was very frustrating. Another problem I hit, we were waiting for a plane and there had been so many cancellations. This was like 6 months ago. Well, every single outlet there was taken, and people were waiting in line for the outlet. And I thought, there's no way I'm even going to get a chance to go up there. And if you're thinking, well, I won't need to charge my phone, it's just a short stay at the airport, it's just a short layover. Let me just say, you don't know that. It has been so crazy lately, up in the air. So you, pun intended, a lot of cancellations, delays. You may think you're only going to be there for 2 hours and end up being there 8 hours. My husband and I had I think it was a 10-hour layover at O'Hare. It was only supposed to be an hour, and we had a 6-month-old. That was a nightmare, and it taught me to be prepared for anything. So one of the biggest things, you're going to need your phone. If you're stranded there, you're going to have to call. If you're going to be really late coming in, you're going to have to call. Your phone might be your only entertainment. Have a power bank with, and what that is just, you can plug it in, recharge your phone. You don't need a wall outlet. So I always pack a charger in my carry-on and a power bank. Earbuds. I mean, sometimes they have them to give you on the plane, sometimes they don't. And I will download music that I can listen to anytime, so I can still listen to music on the plane. Don't count on being able to listen to things you haven't downloaded, because there may not be Wi-Fi. Sudafed, ibuprofen. I caught a cold. I think it was actually the flu. This was probably 8 years ago when I was flying. I wish I'd had Sudafed with me. That was horrible. I don't typically have an ear popping problem. I needed some Sudafed, and then of course I had to buy it at the airport, and it's ridiculously expensive. I say always have Sudafed, ibuprofen with you, just in case. You hope you don't get sick, or you hope you don't have a massive ear popping problem. I always have it on me when I travel. And cash. This was a surprising one for me. I almost never carry cash. I don't like carrying cash. So, lived in Minneapolis, lived in Dayton. I just don't carry cash. Well, when I arrived, I learned this every year when I go to Orlando for CPC, somebody will take my luggage in the Mears transport, or an Uber or a Lyft, and then they want a tip, and usually that's in cash. And I felt so embarrassed, because the first time I went down to CPC, that was like 11 years ago, I didn't have any cash with me. I had no cash. And this year it happened to one of the ladies I was with, and I happened to have enough to cover both of us, because now I always have a little bit on me in case of tips, or maybe if a card reader is down at the airport and I really need to get something to eat. So a little bit of cash, definitely a good idea. And last but not least, I would say Bonine. I do not get airsick, hardly ever, or boat sick. Occasionally I can get car sick. It's usually if I'm doing my crossword puzzles in the back seat. But I was on a flight years back, and we happened to take what my dad would call a puddle jumper. It's a really small plane with the propellers, and we went over a really bad storm. That was one of the toughest flights I've ever been on. I have no fear of flying, but that one I started to pray, because we would hit those pockets and then whew, you'd fall and come back up, and then whew, and it was like riding a roller coaster, a very jarring roller coaster, a very scary roller coaster for a couple of hours, and myself and everybody else on the plane was getting very, very sick. And I don't typically get sick, so I didn't have any Bonine or Dramamine with me. Dramamine would be the other one for motion sickness. I had another time I wished I'd had it on a boat. We hit a storm on a car ferry. I bought some on the ship, but again, it's going to be a whole lot more expensive and could even sell out. So those are some things that I've learned about flying that I do to get myself through faster. Oh, and I guess one other little tip. This would be more, I think, for us girls, the blingy jeans. I love me some blingy jeans. I wear lots of blingy jeans. Not when I'm flying, because I've had to have them pat me down so many times when I'm wearing the blingy jeans. It sets off whatever the sensor is, metal detector. I don't wear the blingy jeans anymore. No blingy jeans and no jewelry that's hard to get off. So I can just get it off and put it right back on through security. So no blingy jeans when you're flying. All right. What is your best tip when you are traveling, especially for ministry? What's your best travel tips? Put it down below. I'd like to hear it. What do you think of mine? What did I miss? What do you think is a good idea? All right. Thanks, you guys. I love you. I'll see you soon on the Peach Buzz. Bye-bye.